joined the foreign ministry 37 years ago.
I joined exactly 5 years ago.
In my course, we had 5 women out of 20 at the very beginning.
Ours was the first course that had an equal number of men and women.
There was one noticeable woman, I can even name her, it was Coletta Vital. And we had very, very few ambassadors, sometimes one, sometimes two.
Our director of training was a woman, and I believe she was also working with you in Moscow, Ilana. And throughout the years, I think we have always seen both deputy director generals and ambassadors.
The only time I had a boss who was a woman, it was a political appointee and not someone from inside the ministry.
Up till 2 months ago, I had the privilege to work with a deputy director general for coordination and planning, who is now ambassador to Geneva. And I think she's a model for young diplomats, for women. But I think in general, she's a model for all diplomats, men and women alike.
A lot of work, I think, was done from that period to ours. It's not that we reach equilibrium and it's 50-50, but the numbers are growing quite consistently all the time. And the main issue which I thought is important is awareness. I think our ministry is very aware of the need to keep to promote women, to keep them in important positions, and I think this is something which inspires some optimism.
I actually agree with you 100%, and I think that that's one of the major changes that happened in the last few years. I think that perhaps 30 years ago it was up to the women to push themselves and to create space for themselves. But I do believe that today in 2020 there is an understanding in the ministry that gender equality is not just a fight of women. It's something that men in the ministry also aspire to.
One of the initiatives which was very inspiring, and it was several years ago, creating this network of women in diplomacy, which includes both Israeli diplomats and women diplomats who serve in Israel.
I think it's very much this spirit that we feel today in the ministry of women's solidarity, of women supporting each other. You can always find an encouraging mentor as the younger generation. I always felt like I have an open door with the female diplomat.
Ruth, what would you like to see happening in this office in 20 years?
We started here 5 years ago having the same number of men and women, and I would love to see in 20 years in the decision-making levels the same number of men and women. And I think we're headed towards that direction.